I'm actually going to do a Wednesday photo shoot after this, which is why this. Obviously I'm going to do the plaits after I've done this pumpkin video. I always want to go pumpkin picking. I always want to get pumpkin, carve a pumpkin, but then I'm like, it's just so wasteful. Like, what's the point? Well, pumpkins actually are the most grown vegetable in the whole world. There's only one country on the earth that pumpkins don't grow, and that's Antarctica, which is crazy. So quickly, pumpkins are a vine, and this is just like the fruit of it. It is a fruit because it's got seeds, but the nutritional value is like a vegetable, which we will get into now. So I've been doing research for this literally since August. Like, I've been planning this video since August. So I've accumulated so many like different articles and different notes, and they're all kind of scattered still, but I'm gonna put it together. So if you go pumpkin picking, you will know you can get orange pumpkins, you can get yellow pumpkins, white pumpkins, black pumpkins, green pumpkins, and they actually all do different things. So you can eat all of them, but you probably won't want to. So the orange ones and the green ones are the main best tasting ones. They are all part of the squash family, so it's a type of squash, and it has that similar taste. Basically every naturally grown orange and yellow food was very, very rich in vitamin A. And so are pumpkins. Pumpkins are so good for your eyes, like really underratedly good for your eyes, because they are so rich in vitamin A, and they can actually cause some eye muscle deficiencies, or where the muscle in the back of your eye gets really limp over time, and that's really, really strong in elderly people. Actually, even some middle-aged people get that as well, quite commonly. So pumpkins are really like the best vegetable to help with that. Probably one of the best foods, like anything you can ingest for your eyes, because it has that such high vitamin A count. But also pumpkins are an amazing antioxidant, which I talk about all the time, and it seems in the modern world people find it really hard to get antioxidants, but the more and more I research it, everything has antioxidants in it. But pumpkins have loads. So if you don't know much about antioxidants, it's basically causes stress in your body because it's an uneven balance of positive and negative electrons, and there's a lot of free electrons which kind of tip the scale of the balance. So antioxidants kind of even out the electron balance and balance other things, but also it's less likely to cause stress in your body and will fix stress in your body. So pumpkin's really good for that, crazily. Now, I always used to get so confused when I was young. When I'd carve a pumpkin, I'd take out all these stringy bits and the seeds, I'd separate them, I'd roast the seeds, and then I'd try and make food out of the stringy bit. But you can eat it, it's not poisonous for you, but you shouldn't eat the stringy bit because it's just like such hard food to eat, such hard food to cook. I think some people roast it, and that's probably the easiest way to eat it, or like making it into soup and then taking the stringy bits out so you don't have to eat that bit. But the main like eating edible part of the pumpkin is the thick layer, which is where we carve our faces and stuff into for the jack-o'-lanterns. I keep holding it, I don't need to hold it, but I feel like I need to keep showing it in a pumpkin video because it's a pumpkin video. This was a supermarket large pumpkin. Oh, actually no, it's bigger than my face. Now, I don't really understand why pumpkins are not used more. Maybe it's because people don't really like squash and squash family foods very much, but pumpkins are a very, very low calorie, low carbohydrate, but very, very rich in nutrients and vitamins. It has no saturated fats, it has zero cholesterol, and it's very, very rich in, like I said, vitamin E. And pumpkins also have a lot of fiber in them, so that's very good for your gut and your whole digestive system. Pumpkins also have a high count of calcium compared to other vegetables. Also has vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. So, like, pumpkins are amazing. Now, I keep saying it's got so much vitamin A, and I'm actually going to read this stat, but it has the highest levels of vitamin A, providing about 246% of RDA. Now, I don't know what RDA is, but 264% seems like a lot, so I'm gonna trust that this is full of vitamin A. It's also very good for your skin, your hair, your nails, and it's good for controlling the mucus in the body. So it's such a winter-friendly vegetable, or winter-friendly fruit. And it pretty much only grows in winter time as well, or like cold weather time. So it's like Mother Nature, like even though like it's cold and stuff and she's made it cold and we get ill, she's provided us with all these fruits and vegetables to like make ourselves better. So I don't know, I think that's like a really low-key beautiful thing. Now, let's move on to pumpkin seeds, which are better than the actual pumpkin itself. Pumpkin seeds are a good source of protein, a source of fiber. They're so good for your heart. Again, good for your eyes because they still have a lot of vitamin A in them. The pumpkin seeds are like an off-whitish colour. It's really obvious the whole pumpkin inside is orange. So you'll be able to tell where are the pumpkin seeds. Me and my friend, we kind of hosted like a Halloween sleepover at my house once, and we made pumpkin soup and we roasted pumpkin seeds, and we invited our other best friend over, and basically me and the other chef were eating the pumpkin seeds whole, and apparently the pumpkin seeds have a jacket or a coat around them which you're meant to snap off or pop open and eat the kernel inside. And our other friend knew this, who wasn't the chef, but then me and my friend we had so many pumpkin seeds, so like I don't know what happened to our digestive system, but like we didn't feel ill or anything, so I guess you can eat them, but you probably shouldn't. I guess it's like eating an orange with a peel on, except it's a hard, like crunchy peel. Now I am going to read these statistics for pumpkin seeds. So 100 grams of pumpkin seeds contain 559 calories, 30 grams of protein, which is a lot just from like 100 grams of seeds, which isn't that much. 110% RDA of iron. It contains 71% zinc, but 0 cholesterol, which is like hardly ever. Like with all those things, or like any of those things in any food still contain a lot of cholesterol, except for pumpkins. It has 0 cholesterol in it, and that's why again it's so good for your heart, because you can eat so much of it and get all these other vitamins, and it doesn't affect your heart in a negative way whatsoever, which is such an anomaly with like most foods. Like most foods have some kind of cholesterol in it, especially if you're a meat eater or even a vegetarian, you still get lots of cholesterol in. Obviously if you're a vegan, you basically consume no cholesterol, but just so you know, pumpkins don't have any cholesterol in it. I also just read in my notes, which I forgot about because it must have been something I recorded ages ago, but pumpkins create a certain type of hormone in our bodies, which when it reaches the when it reaches the brain, it transfers into GABA, which is like a happy hormone, and it's also so good for the brain that way. But I think that's also linked to the antioxidants, because neurologically, an antioxidant will be really, really good for you because it will decrease your stress. So that, on top of a GABA, is so good for your brain. So if you have like headaches, if you're a stress, anxiety, depression sufferer, or just like you want to take care of what's in here, or overly conscious of what's in here, then pumpkin. So not only does pumpkins and pumpkin seeds especially have 0 cholesterol and are good for your heart, but pumpkin seeds can actually lower your cholesterol. The kernels in pumpkin seeds can lower your cholesterol. And in the modern day, and especially the area I live in, we need that. If you eat a lot of meat, then you're going to have so much cholesterol in your body. Again, if you eat a lot of eggs or milk, you're going to have a lot of cholesterol in your body. And literally to eat something that doesn't have any cholesterol is amazing. But then to eat something on top of that, which has all these vitamins, is amazing. But then on top of that, something that actually lowers your cholesterol. Like, I planned this video thinking it would just be fun. Like, oh yeah, pumpkins, orange, cute, this is why they're good for you. But these are like effing miracle fruit. Like pumpkin seeds that again also used for medicinal purposes, which I didn't say right, but you get what medicinal means. And pumpkin seeds in the alternative medicine world are used for prostate and ovarian cancers. And obviously taking it, like if you've got a history of it in your family, you'll be prescribed pumpkin seeds or pumpkin kernels, seed kernels for that, because it's so good for your prostate and your ovaries. And it's just like, what the hell, like how often do you come across a food that is good for like your ovaries or your prostate, but it's for both, you know, like you can be any kind of person. And literally, like, I'm actually astounded about how nutritionally good these are for you, because they're so common. Like I said right at the beginning, pumpkins are the most common fruit in the whole world. Like, what? And it gives you all these amazing health benefits in winter when most of us are at the illest. Like, it's like an amazing present from Mother Nature. Like, it's just, and it's this happy pumpkin orange, which, like, it's just the best. But also, going on from the fact it's the most common fruit, but I'm going to call it a vegetable. It's the most common vegetable grown in the world. That's why it's normally very used for decorative uses as well. So the white pumpkins and the black pumpkins and the massive pumpkins don't normally taste very good. And I think the orange, this like medium, small orange pumpkins and the green pumpkins, this is what has the most nutritional value. It's a slight difference between the white and black ones and the massive ones as well. But they don't taste as good, and that's why they are mainly used for decorative pieces. And I always used to be like, but that's such a waste. Like, it's food. People want food around the world, and you're using it as a decorative piece. However, especially with the whole overuse of plastic, single-use plastic, manufacture of plastic, and now trying to move over that and doing like metals, like, it's still creating this kind of environmental problem. But using something that is gonna grow no matter what, it's a vine, you know, it's gonna grow no matter what, and on a big scale, like all around the world. So using a pumpkin as a decoration around fall and autumn time is actually such a good idea, because they're gonna go to waste anyways, because they can't really be eaten. So wild animals won't really choose to eat the white or black pumpkins or the massive pumpkins, because they don't taste very good. So using it as a decoration really isn't a waste at all, and obviously it's so good for the environment because you're not wasting resources. You're literally using something that can go back into nourishing the ground and the soil. So if anything, you're benefiting the environment, but also if you get pumpkins to eat, you're benefiting yourself, because it's just OMG amazing for you. I can't believe I just said that. I said OMG. But it's OMG amazing for you. Yo, oh my god, I literally should have made a script for this instead of just like going back to all my old notes, because actually no, I shouldn't, because these reactions are good, I hope. But I just read again, pumpkins are good for kidney disease. So it's not only good for your reproductive organs and your heart and your brain, but it's good for your kidneys as well. On top of that, it has vitamin A, E, C, and zero cholesterol, and lowers your cholesterol. Like, I'm starting to think all my research is just a load of buhaki, but it's not, because I literally got my sources from such a variety of different places that it has to be true. Okay, now let me give you the breakdown of nutritional facts, which I'm going to read because I can't remember that off by heart. Now, the actual pumpkin, so 1 cup of cooked pumpkin with no salt or fat added is 49 calories.
It has 0 fat, 0 saturated fat, 0 polyunsaturated fat, 0 monounsaturated fat, 0 cholesterol, 2 milligrams of sodium, 561 milligrams of potassium, 12 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And then 87% vitamin A, 15% vitamin C, 4% calcium, and 8% iron.
Okay, so your brain, your eyes, your heart, your kidneys, your reproductive system, your cholesterol, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, iron, potassium, and also it's good for your digestive system because it lines the intestines, which limits the amount of infection and also helps to heal and prevent infections across the whole body as well. Oh, and also it's good for your skin, your hair, and your nails as well, remember? Gosh, pumpkins are crazy. Oh, it's very good for your metabolism as well. So if you're like a natural person who like doesn't lose weight and puts on weight very, very naturally, pumpkins are good for that as well because they're very good at regulating your metabolism. So if you have a thyroid problem or just like a metabolism problem generally, pumpkins can be really, really good for that. It also says here that it can heal that, but this is the only source I found that healing thing on. But it will help it generally, and also every little helps, little by little. It will help and it will improve, and you might even fix that problem for you. Okay, if you are taking clear lithium medication, then I would not suggest having too much pumpkin, because by having pumpkin, it can kind of stop the, like, getting rid of the clear lithium in your body, and then when you're taking the more medication, it's more piling up. Whereas when you're having the pumpkin, it's kind of making sure it doesn't get out the body. So essentially, if you have one clear lithium tablet, then have loads and loads of pumpkin, you won't need to take any other tablets. Hypothetically. I'm not a trained doctor, but that would be the logic. And of course, I have to put a disclaimer in here to say we love our pumpkin spice this, our pumpkin syrups this, our pumpkin flavoured this. But obviously, pumpkin flavoured things and pumpkin junk food and pumpkin syrups, you won't get all these health benefits from, but it still makes you feel so autumnal, fall-y, Halloweeny, and that is what I love. But yeah, and also now you know that it's not a waste to have those other pumpkins as decorative items, especially because in 2019 of our environmental crisis right now. Hopefully, if you're watching this a few years past 2019, there won't be an environmental crisis anymore and it will all be fixed. But in 2019, we had an environmental crisis. So that's why we need to use pumpkins as decorations. Being very optimistic there. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go do my Wednesday Adam shoot now, which will be on my Instagram if you want to go look at there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget as well, the stringy bits in the middle, try not to eat them. You want to eat the like thick, solid bit. Okay? But this is the pumpkin. You know what a pumpkin looks like. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Halloween. And I'll see you on my Wednesday Addams post. Bye.